Okay, in the shop, I'm gonna put the bolts into all my link bars. Make sure that I have all the bolts that I need. I bought 4-inch 9/16 bolts because that's what goes through here. See, these link ends came with the bushings and with the sleeve that goes into them. So now I'm just gonna put the bolts in those. And do not chintz. Don't get cheap stuff. These are, well, these ones, if it'll go onto it, they're 9/16 by 4, and this is very important. Grade 8 in English. That would be a grade. There it is. GRADE 8. Grade 8 bolts. These are the strongest bolts. We're talking about your suspension here. Your suspension is very important to keep the right bolts on there. Otherwise, they can wear down and they'll break, and then you're in a ditch somewhere. So, all right, I'm gonna get these bolts put on. Man, that looks pretty. I can't wait to put these together. So, the way this works out, you turn it sideways. There's what I left enough room for was it's another 1/2 inch longer because when we put the link tabs on, got to make the link tabs. This is 1/4 inch. With 2 of these put together, it's 1/2 inch. There'll be one of these on either side of the link bar, so there has to be at least a 1/2 inch, and you have to be able to get that bolt on there all the way. It won't work good if it doesn't go on flush. So see, that's flush. And you want to get a bolt 4 inches long with these. This is 2 inches, so you want 4 inches long, and then you want a flat washer, lock washer, and then a nut. That makes it secure. Alright, so what I did was I measured back here 3 inches straight across, and then from the center point here you measure up 4 inches. Boom, that's the center. Then I measured 2 inches across at the top, and I drew my lines straight down. I found something that was 2 inches, and I laid it up there, and it matches at the top. That's because these are 2 inches as well. So that'll match. Then all I did was I traced them out. See there? Onto there. Now I just got to go and cut them all and cut this edge out. Now this edge right there, what I did was I found a bottle that was the same size around as my axle, and then I was able to put that right there, because see, that's what's going to go on the axle. Boom, like that. See, it'll fit nice and tight once I get them all done, just so. So I only need 4 because that's for the bottom. And yeah, just for the bottom is 4. The top, they get straight. Oops, what are you looking at? I look at her all the time. Anyway, the other ones will be straight. They'll be pretty much the same way like this, just they won't have this cutout at the bottom. And that's how I'll do let's see, I need a total of 16, so minus these 4, what's that, 12? Yeah, it's 12. Okay, 12. So I need 12 straight ones, and then a bunch of, and then 4 curved ones. Let me cut them. Let me get this done. Alright, I'm cutting them all out, and doing it right here. So, here it is. That's the last 4 that I need to cut. I've already done all these. I'm doing all my primary cuts first. Straight down, straight up. And then I'll go back in and I'll grind that down. Smooth them out. Make them all look pretty. And then these 4, I gotta cut those out right there. And I'll dig those out with the grinder. That way they'll fit over the axle. I've already gone through 2 cutting wheels. And I'm on my 3rd one. And I'll be able to get the rest of those with that 3rd one. The ones that I use is the Extended Performance. It actually does make a difference. make sure that when you're using it, just kind of let it fall on it. Don't push into the metal. Let the tool do the work. It's also easier on the brushes in your angle grinder, and it's easier on the cutting tool itself. To make that round cut easier, do that, and then come in at it at an angle like this, and then you can start notching those out like that, and then come in from the other side and do the same. And then that way it comes out like that, and you can finish it off with your table grinder if you have one. If not, they make a grinding wheel for these, like I did on my last one, and then like I always do, take and strap that to your sawhorse, and then you can hold those. Make sure you wear gloves, and you can hold those by hand, and you can grind them out smooth. Well, my grinder in there, it doesn't have the proper wheel, so I had to bring them out here. I'm cutting the tips off. See, there's all my tips. And there's all my pieces. Almost done. And then I'll take them and I'll round them off on the ends with this. I've got it set up on the edge of my truck, and I'll get it grinded down. There we go. They're all done. I use that so I could grind them all out. So I rounded them all off, and I've got those done. Those are the ones I needed for the bottom. My gloves and everything. So the reason there's no holes in them, I checked the local stores around here, and 9/16 drill bit is not something that they carry. So I ordered one online. It should be here in the next 3 or 4 days, so I'll just drill those out next weekend. Use a drill press, and then slow and easy. You drill a little bit. You don't want to let your bit get over hot, and so you just make your way through the metal, and you use some cutting oil and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I will drill all the holes, all 16 holes next weekend, and I'll start getting this mocked up. The reason these ones are as long as they are is because I want them completely adjustable. So all these will be getting cut at a certain point once I figure out exactly where they're going to go and how they're going to go on there. That's why they're as long as they are. All right, so go make your tab mounts. Easy. It's really simple. They do cost almost as much as it makes, as much as it is to buy them. That's how much it costs to make them if you buy your metal. I got my metal very cheap, so it costs me what, part of a grinding wheel and 4 or 5 cutting discs. So all in all, it cost me under 20 bucks, about 20 bucks to make my tab mounts. Also because I have the tools already. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Comment at the bottom. Click that thumbs up button, please. And that's it. I got to figure out what I'm doing next week. I think next week it's going to be mounting mounting link bars as best I can and start getting that stuff put together. So there we go. Thank you again.